What's good with y'all, man? I'm back with another video. It's 11:01 on a Wednesday. I'm late with these days with these videos. It's bad. I got y'all with another reaction video. Now check this out. I'm still stuck on the fact. Now hold on. I had posted a clip on TikTok about the Flash. Who do y'all think will win, the Flash or Sonic in a race or whatever? And quite frankly, I am surprised. I am surprised. Majority of the, I'm gonna put a screenshot right here or something. Probably screen record it. Majority of the comments were all saying Sonic. I ain't gonna lie, bro. Sonic that nigga, bro. Sonic is tough. I didn't expect that, to be honest. I thought people was gonna end up saying the Flash. I ain't gonna lie, but Sonic, bro. Damn. I didn't even know. I did not know. Can y'all see something over there? And the video that we're watching is okay, kind of interesting to me. It's by the same dude that made that Sonic speedster race, the last video. What if Spider-Man and Batman swap cities for a week? Batman's chilling, but Spider-Man, I ain't gonna lie, that bro's gonna lose his mind. Let's be honest, bro. If Batman swaps cities with Spider-Man, he will be perfectly fine. Batman will fold majority of Spider-Man his villains. And I'm not saying Spider-Man won't fold Batman's villains neither. He definitely will fold them. But the problem is, they might break him mentally. Especially his Joker. I ain't gonna lie, bro. If y'all new here, if y'all haven't already, make sure y'all like, y'all subscribe, y'all comment, do what y'all gotta do, bro. And let's get into this video.
Imagine New York's worst nightmare wasn't those really big chunky rats anymore, but the terror of bats lurking around in the city. That is one trade even New Yorkers wouldn't ever wish to experience.
But
now
New York
imagine
would be
like if
fine, though.
Spider-Man had to patrol Gotham, or even better, Batman having to swing through the city of New York. At first it sounds fun, like a simple switch of capes and cities, but the more you think about it, the more you realize it wouldn't be easy. Not even close. Every little detail of their lives, right from the people around them, the streets, even the air they breathe in, would all be very different. And that's before we even get to them dealing with the villains. Let's start with the obvious, the cities. Gotham is dark, it's rainy, it's cold, and it feels alive in its own twisted way. Every alley, every rooftop, every shadow could hide danger. Criminals don't just break the law here. They thrive on chaos, obsession, and fear. Batman knows this world. He knows the patterns, the neighborhoods, the families, even the name.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest. Unlike Batman, Spider-Man might actually... I feel like... Okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Batman does not kill nobody. And bro definitely loves it when the Joker's free, because he does not do enough. He definitely want bro to be free. But there will be a point in time where Joker takes things too far and Spider-Man might accidentally kill this nigga. Let's be honest, bro. Spider-Man might accidentally kill the Joker. He might accidentally kill majority of Batman's villains if it gets to that point. Because Batman knows himself that no matter what the Joker does, he will restrain himself. Bro, this man, Joker, literally took... Which Robin was it? Jason Todd. Joker took Jason Todd, right? Right. At some point. Joker took Jason Todd. And even Batman was butthurt, but still didn't do anything about it. Like, Spider-Man would kill Joker, bro. I promise you he would. Just out of blindness of rage. He will probably do it.
So the thugs
by accident,
put in Arkham. Gotham is more than just any city. It's a living nightmare. One that Batman can navigate because he's trained for it his whole life. New York is different. It's loud, it's crowded, and it's fast. It has its own kind of danger, sure, but it's a lot less about fear and more about chaos. The Avengers. Traffic, pedestrians, towering skyscrapers. It's pretty much real-life New York, actually. It's a city where mistakes are everywhere, and Spider-Man thrives here. He swings between buildings, threads through people and cars, and knows when to joke, when to dodge, and when to act. New Yorkers may groan about traffic, but they're not living in constant terror. Spider-Man knows them, their stories, and their routines. The city is his playground, but it's also a responsibility responsibility. Now imagine the swap. If Peter Parker was swinging into Gotham, the first thing he'd notice immediately is the air feeling heavier. The
might
streets would
lose
feel
his
a lot
mind, I ain't
quieter
gonna
than what
lie.
he's used to, but there would be a weight in them, a sense that something bad is always about to happen. He can't just swing around cracking jokes. The citizens of Gotham are wary, sometimes even hostile, so his usual style, which is being playful, reactive, improvisational, would feel almost naive here. He's used to a city where criminals plan for years, not minutes. So every encounter could escalate quickly.
That
Even
too.
helping someone across the street carries risk because Gotham
didn't even
doesn't
think of
reward
that.
small kindnesses. Meanwhile, Batman in New York is a fish out of water in another way. Gotham is predictable in its unpredictability. Batman knows
For
the
him,
rules
I
of the
guess.
game. New York, though, it's messy. Criminals here are not obsessed with fear and terror. They're rather unpredictable in a whole different way. There's a mix of street-level crime, organized crime, and superpowered threats. And here's the kicker. The villains are fast, smart, and used to facing someone with powers. So Batman's reliance on stealth, fear, and reputation doesn't work as well when he's unknown and constantly outmaneuvered. Even the little things matter. Peter's life in New York is messy but human. He has
Really?
Aunt May, Mary Jane, Harry, friends at the Daily Bugle. There is anchors. If he's in Gotham, suddenly those anchors disappear. Alfred can help, sure, but he isn't Peter's quirky, empathetic support system. And Batman, removed from the Bat family, loses his stabilizers. Alfred, Red Hood, Nightwing, they're what keep
that
him
outta
grounded. Without them, even a small mistake could escalate into a disaster. And then there's the villains. Spider-Man in Gotham faces the likes of the Penguin, Riddler, Two-Face,
Joker.
and yes, the Joker. On paper, these are terrifying names, but for Spider-Man, they're doable. These villains
They
rely
are.
on fear, planning, and manipulation. They don't have super strength or alien tech. Spider-Man's agility, reflexes, and spider sense give him a huge edge. Thinking about Scarecrow's fear toxin, spider sense helps him dodge the worst. How about Two-Face's traps? Well, he can just simply swing around them. Joker's chaos? Peter's tricks might actually frustrate him more than he expects. Spider-Man in Gotham would struggle morally, yes, but physically, he'd survive. Batman in New York has
Okay,
much
wait a
rougher
minute.
weeks.
Wait a minute, though. Wait a minute. He's not understanding, like, if there was... Yes, I ain't gonna lie, yes. To be honest, Spider-Man is easily folding. I'm gonna be honest. For real, Spider-Man can easily deal with Batman's villains than Batman dealing with Spider-Man's villains. Because, I ain't gonna lie, the majority of Batman's villains are all human. They're just psychotic as hell. Unlike Spider-Man's villains, majority of them are either just as smart as... Because here's the thing. Okay, I'm looking at Doc Ock at the screen right now. I ain't gonna lie, Batman could find something. Batman's gonna find something. Green Goblin, they're all tech. Batman could find something. But some of the super strength, I ain't gonna lie, he gonna have an issue with that. He's really gonna have an issue with that.
Green Goblin, Doc Ock, Venom, Carnage. These guys are on an entirely another level. They have super strength, alien-like resilience.
Wait,
and
but he dealt with
intelligence that
Clayface,
rivals Bruce's
though.
own.
Batman has
Preparation helps,
Clayface.
sure, but not the way it does in Gotham. Batman can't rely on fear and shadows.
I mean,
when
Clayface
facing
is damn
someone
near
who's
like
stronger,
Sandman in
faster, and more
Spider-Man's
willing
world.
to break him physically. Venom and Carnage, especially, are terrifying. They can just shrug off his sonic attacks, flames, and conventional weapons. Batman might outthink them temporarily, but one slip, one miscalculation, and it's over. Even Green Goblin's insane intellect and gadgets would make Batman's prep-intensive style seem slow. The psychological...
Really, though?
Spider-Man thrives under pressure. He's used to losing, to making mistakes, and facing consequences. But Gotham's moral grayness tests him in ways New York never could. Every decision has a ripple effect. Saving one person might doom another. He's constantly weighing ethics against practicality, and sometimes no choice feels right. For someone used to
Nah,
helping,
bro, that's
being
what I'm
limited by
saying. It's too much
circumstances can be
stress.
very frustrating. Batman, by contrast, is all about control and planning. New York strips that away. Threats are chaotic and superhuman. He can't always prepare for every eventuality. He's used to a city where fear and reputation work as tools. In New York, however, those tools are meaningless against enemies who can tear through steel, manipulate machines, or fly. Batman's mental strength is tested in a different way. It isn't through moral dilemmas, but through sheer unpredictability and physical danger. Even lifestyle adjustments become nightmarish. Peter would need to navigate Gotham's bureaucracy, its corrupt cops, and its oppressive social structure. Every rooftop patrol
too.
would become a calculated risk. Every encounter did be potentially life-threatening. Meanwhile, Batman would have to dodge cars, avoid panic crowds, and keep his presence a secret in a city where everyone is watching. Gotham teaches patience, New York demands improvisation. Spider-Man would feel constrained, Batman would feel overstretched, and the human side of it, Peter's humor, empathy, and kindness clash with Gotham's grim outlook. Even helping someone is emotionally taxing because gratitude is rare and the danger is constant. Batman's stoicism, on the other hand, could seem overbearing for the citizens of New York. Civilians might not understand his methods. Mistakes that are minor in the city of Gotham, or a failed intimidation or misread criminal, could be catastrophic in New York. Now let's imagine a week.
Batman harasses an LGBTQ member. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro.
He also hears the Riddler's riddle.
That would be crazy, bro. That would be ridiculous.
For Spider-Man, every web shot, every landing has to be perfect.
Bro,
One
immediately
misstep
will get
could snap a
canceled.
web line or send him down into the pits. In the end, his reflexes would save him, but he did be left exhausted, wet, and cold. It did be emotional exhaustion that would creep in slowly onto him, as he realizes that no amount of humor or goodwill will make Gotham appreciate him. For Batman, though, it would be very different. Unlike Spider-Man in New York, if Batman was facing Doc Ock's tentacles that were smashing through Midtown, he would have to deal with cars flipping, civilians screaming, while also having to calculate multiple threats simultaneously: the tentacles, Ock himself, and also the collateral damage. He can plan, but he cannot intimidate. If he was facing Venom then, he might just shrug off his best gadgets. Carnage might break through every trap he sets. Every fight for him would be a test of improvisation, stamina, and facing intellects under pressure. Batman can't just rely on prep time. He would need to adapt in real time, often reacting instead of anticipating. Bruce would very often feel the pressure of unpredictability, not from fear itself, but from pure, raw chaos. And by the end of the week, both heroes would learn something vital. Spider-Man would understand the relentless obsession and psychological burden that Batman carries daily. Living in Gotham, he would experience firsthand the moral compromise.
Like I said, bro, Gotham, I'm losing my mind.
And the weight of fear
I'm
that
losing
defines
my
Batman's
mind
very
if it's
existence.
Gotham.
Batman, meanwhile, would feel what Peter deals with every day: a city that never sleeps, enemies that would defy expectations, and civilians who can be both help and hindrance. Each
A
of them
city that
would
never
grow
sleeps. That's like Gotham, though.
humbled at the same time. The experiences
Gotham
would
is
highlight
damn near
what
the
makes
same way.
each of them remarkable. It isn't just their powers, but their ability to adapt, empathize, and survive in environments completely hostile to their usual methods. And here's the kicker: neither hero would come out unscathed. Spider-Man would be emotionally drained. He did become a lot more aware of the fragility of human life under extreme circumstances.
I'm telling you, Joker kidnapped Aunt May and all unalives her in front of Spider-Man. Yo. He don't even need symbiote Spider-Man at that point. I ain't gonna lie. He don't even need the symbiote. He might just, out of rage, he's gonna kill him off the rip. He's going to kill him off the rip. Y'all see No Way Home. Y'all remember when Green Goblin killed Aunt May and what Spider-Man was about, what Tom Holland Spider-Man was going to do. Now imagine what Joker would have done. Joker would have done it way worse. Joker literally would have done it way worse. And I promise you, bro will probably punch his head off. Punch his head off the body. Literally.
Batman, on the other hand, would be physically challenged, where he would be forced to think on his feet against threats which he cannot intimidate or predict. This is the thing about superheroes. Their worlds shape them. Gotham makes Batman a strategist, a detective, and a moral anchor. New York makes Spider-Man resilient, improvisational, and empathetic. Swap the cities for just 1 week, and you strip them from their comfort zones, forcing them to confront their weaknesses, strengths, and humanity in ways they never imagined. In the end, it's not about who would win in a fight, it's about who would survive mentally, emotionally, and physically in an environment completely alien to them. Spider-Man would learn patience, psychological resilience, and the hard edge of moral compromise. Batman would learn improvisation, emotional adaptability, and the danger of over-reliance on prep and technology. If an actual swap was to happen by any chance, then both of them would return to their own cities with a deeper understanding of themselves, their enemies, and the worlds they protect. So the next time you imagine a simple superhero swap, remember, it's not just a switch of buildings, gadgets, or suits. It's a switch of responsibility, danger, and emotional weight. Gotham would break Spider-Man, in ways New York never could, while New York would challenge Batman in ways Gotham never does. And after 1 week of living each other's lives, both heroes would respect the other, not just for their abilities, but for the resilience it takes to survive a city that refuses to bend for anyone.
Hey, I guess, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I would have thought Batman would have more of a better chance living in New York for a week than Spider-Man living in Gotham. That's what I would have thought. But hey, I hope y'all enjoyed this video, man. Like I said earlier, I would have thought Batman would have had a better chance in New York than Spider-Man did in Gotham. For real, but hey, I was clearly wrong. Not gonna lie, y'all, I got something to say. I definitely said this before, and I'm gonna say it again. Please watch on y'all downtime, because too much downtime is bad enough, and you tend to procrastinate and tend to forget. But bro, like, having the hunger for this is real, bro. Having the hunger for dedication and for just to win is real, bro. But not putting God first before you chase your goals and ambitions is not gonna work right. I ain't gonna lie, it's really not gonna work right. It's not, bro. It's really not. Like, you need God to work, bro. You need God. You need to build a relationship with God and allow Him to work in your life. Because, man, oh man, like, bro, like, I just had that in my heart. I just needed to say that. That's been beating me up. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Make sure y'all like, y'all subscribe, y'all comment, do what you gotta do, man. And I'm out, bro.